We are back. And now I gotta hone my brain in and get ready for this. The end times are nigh, or so they say. But tonight, the Empire endures. Welcome to the Grimdark Chronicles, our playthrough of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition. Why are we clapping?
I don't know, you seemed like you were doing it in a rhythm, so I was trying to go along with you.
Why are you banging two coconuts together? Because
he's actually doing it in Morse code.
We're playing Enemy in Shadows tonight. That's why we're banging two coconuts together. They came with swallows from Africa. But with that, we're playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay.
Brad's too stingy to give me enough gold to buy a horse. That's why I'm clapping two coconuts together.
You'd be fucking thankful that you were able to afford those two coconuts. With that, we're playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition and the Hallowed and Historic Enemy Within campaign. I'm your GM, Brad, the man who gives absolutely no coin to these gentlemen, joined tonight by Eric playing Otto, Kyle playing Sigmund, Justin playing Berkey, Mike playing Krappa, and Alex playing Luca, the Silver-Tongue Carvanti. Gentlemen, happy Warhammer. And you know why it's happy? Because our neighbors to the north created our intro video and sponsor this entire show to help us bring this content to the masses. And we bring it to you, the people.
Who would have thought Darkforge Media brings so much happiness with a name like that? Happiness.
Happiness Forge Media. Oh, wait, no. Dark Forge Media.
Bright Suns Forged.
Thank you so much to the gentlemen from Dark Forge Media for sponsoring this entire season of Enemy Within, as well as future seasons, and creating our awesome intro video. Last but not least, if you need dice to roll in your games, go to baronofdice.com. We are affiliated with them, and we appreciate that. We get nothing. You get everything. Use the code DEADSONS. Use the code DEADSONS to get 5% off your entire order at checkout.
Good luck spelling all that.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that you got to go to the website and type in a
Copy and paste down below. Let's go.
With that, let's talk about what happened last time in the Empire. So, last time, episode 40, session 40 of The Enemy Within. You guys had a fortune refresh, first and foremost. If you did not denote that, too bad, so sad. You probably used fortune. Now you're stuck where you are. But you met with a woman, an herbalist named Elvira Klanistrom, and she had mentioned that she had come to Bogenhafen to try to rent out a warehouse, but that Johannes Tugin, with his sales metrics, wanted an insane amount of money that they did not agree to pay for. As part of that, as part of her negotiations, she met with someone affiliated with Tugin, a gentleman named Gideon, a name that stuck out to you all. And her exact verbiage was, he was creepy. Very descriptive, very evocative, very succinct. You spent time making your way through the Schaffenfest as Moorslieb rose above, the green light filtering down and tinging everything with an unhealthy and unholy pallor. Berkey, you were nowhere near anyone, hanging out at the Journey's End Inn, staying quiet.
I wasn't quiet.
No, you're not. I was trying to quote Harry Potter when he was saying I had to go to my room and be quiet. You were throwing rocks at windows at one point. That was a couple episodes ago. But you made your way to the Journey's End Inn, having staked out Magirius and then gone to wait for your party. Luca, you ended up meeting with the Mystic Maigret, with Krappa, Sigmund, and I believe Otto was... Otto, I think you were off doing your own thing because you're not listed here. Yep, well, Otto, you were making your way back as well.
But he met up with them on the way back, I think.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah.
This is a really
freaking out.
Yeah, this is a really great GM note. Otto makes way back.
Wait, succinct.
Thanks, past Brad. That was fantastic.
Spell wait. Never mind.
So, Otto, as you made your way back to the Schaffenfest, Luca, you, Krappa, and Sigmund met with the Mystic Maigret, an older woman with blondish hair that was streaked with gray, and she gave you a fortune. Starting with statements that she then insisted she never made. Insisting to you that she had no idea what you were talking about as you asked about things she had said prior, and you claimed she was a hoax and a phony. You kind of sort of lost your mind. Started spiraling. Started spinning the drain of these comments and not believing anything there. You ended up burying 4 silver in a blood-soaked cloth in the dirt of the festival grounds to try to reground yourself.
Man, that sounds dumb.
No, you did it. And I think you made a prayer to Myrmidia when you did so.
Yeah.
And as you stopped going crazy, you ran into Otto, who had come to find you all, and managed to find you spinning and cycling in the center of the Schaffenfest path, as people were giving you a wide berth. As you settled, the Mystic Maigret again was walking past you and basically said, your road will be long. And then she was out of sight. You all made your way to the Journey's End Inn, where you found Berkey talking with two other priests, two other acolytes, and sitting not far from Berkey, at the back of the inn, sipping some kind of a beverage, is an older, blonde-haired woman with streaks of gray, in robes of maroonish purple, trimmed with frayed and fraying aged lace. It's the Mystic Maigret. So as we open on tonight, gentlemen, you are all in the Journey's End Inn. The hustle, the bustle, the rousing, carousing is there. The clock is accurate, by the way, Alex, before you ask. It is 10:35 p.m. on the first night of the Schaffenfest, this 3-day festival. So, gentlemen, I turned it over to you. And what would each of you like to do? Berkey, you're still sitting there drinking with your two compatriots, but the rest of you walking in.
I really affected you with those clock comments because I haven't asked you once during this entire campaign.
I know. I'm preempting it.
All right.
Ooh. I absolutely forgot that was beer. I was
thinking it was milk.
I thought it was Celsius because I normally put Celsius in there. And I went to take a big swig of it. I'm like, that is not an energy drink.
Surprise?
Happy surprise. It's a great beer. Anyway, continuing on, gentlemen.
Are we just arriving to the Journey's End then?
We left off as you walked in the door. You saw Maigret past Berkey. Berkey sitting at a table chat, and he was waving over to you. And she is sitting with her back to a wall in a small snug, basically like a little booth with kind of a little bit of enclosure. And she's sitting there sipping something, her eyes piercing out into the room.
I would walk over to her then.
Okay. You make your way over to the Mystic Maigret. As a reminder, this slightly older woman who you've run into before and you've seen at the Schaffenfest.
Why are you hunting me?
She takes a pull of what you can only assume is wine. And she goes, I'm not quite sure. I am. Why are you following me?
I have been staying here for nights. Now, I see you again. What is it you wish to tell me?
I have told you everything that you have paid me for. At this time, I have nothing left to give. You are the one who called me a phony and a farce.
What are you not telling me? What information do you have that I have not paid for?
The world has much information that you have not paid for, good Luca.
The gods give freely of what we need. Not everything needs to be for pay. People like you, who only want to give their gift for coin, this is not in the way of the gods.
The gods have forsaken me long ago.
Because you have forsaken them.
No.
I see it on your face right now.
No, because here in the Empire, those with my gifts are isolated, branded as witches or worse. So yes, I sell my gift for coin, because no one else will pay me. You may do with that as you wish. But the gods forsook me long ago.
I'm going to sit down and order a wine, and I'm just going to small talk with her for a while.
Okay.
I guess we probably don't have to roleplay all of it, but maybe I can get her comfortable and just chit-chat with her for a little bit.
I was going to sit next to Luca.
Okay.
And be kind of listening to this entire conversation as it's going on.
Sure. Odalina, the barkeep and proprietor, would come over and kind of take your orders and have the, what's the dwarfen bartender's actual name? Have the dwarf bartender kind of assist you as well, as I quickly check his name. Gurney. How would I not know that his name was Gurney? So Odalina and Gurney would get you, Luca, a wine. Is there a preference of type of wine? Again, scaling costs. So
I'll just take a basic wine. I'm not That's interested in that. Okay.
Otto, I know you're not a drinker.
Would you like something?
No. And he's just going to be kind of playing with his Warhammer a little bit. Just kind of keeping an eye on this so-called witch, looking for any signs of not being on the up and up.
So, Luca, as you order a wine.
There we go.
And Otto, as you join the table. We'll come back to you two in just a minute. Krappa, Sigmund. You see Berkey in the building. You see Luca make his way directly over to the Mystic Maigret. What would you two like to do?
Well, I'm going to be looking around. Do I see any sign of Antof?
Oh, that's a great question. Give me
my guy.
Give me a challenging +0 perception check.
Was the last
61
time we got
over 42, -2.
61 over 42, -2. Okay. Sigmund, what were you asking?
When was the last time we got any food?
Oh, not long ago. This is the same day as the day of the golden trout.
Yeah,
we are still on day one. You guys are 4 hours out of dinner.
Got it. Okay, I was going to say.
This is the first day of the Schaffenfest, which is where there's a lot of things happening. So playing through this day with the amount of stuff you're doing and the amount of things happening, it takes a few sessions. It's not a good hand wave day.
Let's be real. The amount of food we ate at that place probably would carry us through the entire Schaffenfest.
For a while. Sure. Okay.
Not Krappa.
Maybe not Krappa.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
He's got some ancillary pies in his bag still, I think. So
I need to plus back up, actually.
Yeah, we got to find her shop.
Okay. Sigmund, so with that in mind, what would you like to do as Krappa is currently looking for Antof?
I'll follow Krappa's lead on this because if we're going to have some free time and it's crowded, then I'd like to speak the good word.
Okay. I would like for you to also give me a challenging +0 perception check as you are both looking for Antof.
That is a 36 under 42 +1.
Okay. Krappa, with a -2, you don't see Antof anywhere. Sigmund, with a +1, you also don't see Antof anywhere. However, Krappa, you get distracted maybe by the smells of meat pies this late in the evening. Sigmund, you notice that there is a conspicuously empty table in the back corner near the back door, and the back door is just slightly ajar.
Well, I suppose I'd approach it and just check it out.
Okay. As you two approach the back door, Antof's face, half of it, appears in the doorway, and he goes, Please, we must speak quickly.
Yeah, I've been looking all over for you.
Tuck out there.
As you two step out, you end up stepping just outside of the back end of the Journey's End Inn into an alley. He is leaned up against the wall, bleeding profusely from wounds down the right side of his body. Looks like almost claw marks. And he looks to you and he just goes, I don't know what you're into, and I don't know what you're looking for, but I want nothing more to do with this employment. And he hands you a purse, Krappa, with 4 silver in it. And he says, whoever you have angered, whoever you're looking into, and he coughs blood. It is not going well. I think that whoever killed Adolphus Custos is the same person looking for you.
Who attacked you?
I don't know. I was making my way here to report. I was pinned to the ground and something began to scratch at me, but thankfully I had a bag with parchments and papers for you. And I was able to shrug that off, and I ran and screamed and made it here. But I'm not sure.
Let me see what I got, man.
I'm going to pull out that flask of whiskey I got a while back and offer him a nip.
He looks to it, and Sigmund, give me either an intuition +20, or do you have anything related to medicine? I don't remember.
No, I do not.
Okay, then give me an intuition plus 20, please.
-3, 88 over 57.
Okay, you pull out the whiskey and you proffer it to him, and his face goes green, and he looks to it, and you realize he's got blood coating his lips and his teeth, and he just goes, I don't think that... Oh, well, and he takes it and he pulls a quick pull. He hands you back the bottle, which now has blood around the rim, and as he pushes the liquor down his throat, he coughs profusely again, and each cough brings up spittles like droplets of blood. The right of his chest is just ravaged. Like it almost looks like something was trying to rip his chest open.
Is he actively bleeding?
And he's dumping blood.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys, I do think, have some anti-bleeding stuff.
I do not, but...
I've got a digestive tonic, but that's...
Wolfheart, I'm pretty sure, gave you guys some stuff.
Everybody check your inventory. Who has Wolfheart's medical supplies?
Well, what I got from you was healing poultice and healing draft.
I also gave
don't have
out...
anything for help.
What was it? Someone should have. Maybe Otto has it right now. I don't know who, but it was... what is it?
There's plenty of dirt we could pack into the wound.
Well, while we debate on
Yes,
who
sir.
has that, I'm going to pull out my white novitiate robe and just use that to pack
Cram
the
it. Okay.
wounds.
You press the white novitiate robe to the right of his chest. The cloth of his tunic has been basically ripped apart. This scribe holding on with one hand, and he goes, "Oh, thank you." The white begins to turn crimson almost immediately. It's the blood just soaking into it. His pallor is fading quickly.
Am I seeing?
I'm going to
this?
bring him in, or start to bring him inside.
Okay, Luca, no, you are in a completely different
Okay.
part. So you went to a snug in the back, kind of the back left. They're kind of back central through a door. Crappa, you start to bring him inside. Sigmund,
Maybe, I don't know who has it. I think Otto has it. Then is a factorial. It stops all bleeding conditions.
I think you kept that with Otto from the warrior priest healing perspective. I don't remember though. We'll say you have it, Otto. So Crappa, Sigmund, you guys start to try to bring him into the tavern. We'll come back to you. Berkey, you've seen Crappa and Sigmund go out the back door. You've seen Luca and Otto go to a snug to talk to a mystic who has a glass of wine. What would you like to do?
Having a conversation with these couple of acolytes. Mid-conversation, I'll throw out a fun joke. Heard tell there's a witch in these parts. I ain't talking about my ex, neither. Excuse me, gentlemen. I have business to attend to.
Okay. All right. You make your way.
If I see Sigmund and Crappa kind of helping somebody along,
Not yet.
Okay.
Soon, but not yet. We're playing a 3 simultaneous instrument here.
So I saw them go out the back,
Correct.
and I saw Luca go somewhere else into a snug. I'm going to go see what my friends are up to out back. That would make the most sense to me.
Okay.
I wouldn't go to Luca if you went to a
basically
snug.
step out the back door as Crappa is pressing a white shift to the wound and starting to try to bustle this man into the building.
Well, damn. What? And do I know this guy? I can't even remember who this guy
Antof
is.
was the clerk at Barrel and Barrel.
Yes.
Who you all accused of multiple things, and he offered to kind of help you through employment with Crappa, or
Right.
I believe you threatened his life or
I
employment.
did.
It was one of the
Yeah,
other.
A couple
I
times.
remember. I actually spared him, I would say. But I'm going to look at him. What on earth happened to you, son?
He repeats what I shared to Crappa and Sigmund, that something attacked him on his way here. He's unsure of who, but whoever you all are looking into or whoever you all are pissing off, he does not want any part of it any longer.
Well, and he wants nothing to do with us, he said, yet he accepts the robe. Very confusing.
He wants your
He
help.
is
He
actively
doesn't want-
dying, so I mean, it's fair to him.
Berkey, anything you want to do with that before I push this
Yeah,
along?
I'm going to look at the other two and be like, either you two got anything like a bandage? Well, maybe we
point to
should
the
get
robe.
inside then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're lost in this department.
Okay. We are going to jump back to you three in just a minute. Otto, Luca, having ordered your wine.
Yes.
Otto, repeat for me what you're doing with your Warhammer? Are you like
I'm just kind of
it?
playing with it, not like aggressively, just kind of like I'm passing the time because I'm bored.
Okay.
But I'm keeping an eye on her and Luca, mainly her, just to see if there's any sides of her not being on the up and up and potentially being chaos tainted or anything, because he's got Luca up in a tizzy. So I'm trying to figure out, is she legit? Is she someone to be trusted? Type of thing.
Yep, I like that.
Very level-headed.
And I'm not doing this aggressively, and I'm more of just trying to understand and figure out.
Totally understood. Is your Warhammer decorated or
yes,
indicative of being a priest of Sigmar?
Yes.
Okay.
Very
we'll come back to that in 1 second. Hang on.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very much coming across like if you're looking at someone from a distance of me playing with the Warhammer, I'm playing with it just as like, this is what I do all the time, passing the time.
Perfect. Luca, Otto, I'd like you both to give me a easy plus 40 intuition check.
Intuition. Is it plus 40?
Yep.
Oh, not so easy. 89 over 71.
Okay.
It's going to be a 58 under 74.
Okay. So just to clarify, I had you both roll to see if you both also critically auto-failed because she rolled a 99 over her cool. So you're both going to notice. Otto, just your presence makes her extremely nervous, having just shared with Luca that she gets judged very often for what she does. As you are sitting there, whether you're intending to be menacing or not, playing with the Warhammer, beads of sweat kind of peek up on her brow, and she kind of like glances at you repeatedly as she looks to you, Luca. And as she kind of told you the piece of, selling her wares because others do not trust her.
If I notice this, well, you just said I did.
Absolutely.
I'm going to slowly reach my hand across the table, and if she doesn't recoil, I'm going to put my hand on hers and just kind of eye to eye.
Do not worry about the priest. How about you and I have a chat about what is best for both of us?
Okay.
And then I'm just going to take my hand back and just steady eye contact with her.
Okay. She does not recoil. And she kind of looks to you and she settles visibly and she goes, well, you understand why I sell my services when this is what happens. No offense. No priest of Sigmar ever believes a thing I say.
You're taught to be untrusting of the world.
Very true. And anyone who seems to be even remotely skilled in the mystic arts tends to grab that attention. That said, Luca, you asked me of anything I may know that you don't know. You were asking me earlier about a prophecy or a statement I made that I have apparently no recollection of telling you. What I can share is that has happened in the past. There are times when my own gifts overwhelm me, and I lose myself to imagine a swirling pond. The water eddying and spinning as murk come together, and that's kind of what life looks like to me. And occasionally there's this brief moment where it all pulls apart, and it's almost like you can see crystal clear to the future. I never remember them, unfortunately. I wish I did. It would probably make it quite easier, but my grandmother was the same.
Well, that is how gifts are, right? Fleeting, often.
Potentially.
Well, does this mean anything to you? And I'm just going to recite it back to her.
Okay.
The great has killed the small. The highest serves the lowest. You are in great danger. The eye is upon you.
What eye would be upon me?
I don't know anything of any eye. The great has... It could have anything to do with individuals in power? I mean... have you angered someone with ostensibly more pull than you?
Otto chuckles at this.
I've probably angered many people with great pull. But recently, yes, it is very possible that we may have stumbled across something that may look bad for some people in power. Perhaps they are upset about it. We are not sure.
Berkey. As Luca is getting this tale, the hair on the back of your neck stands up as if you're being watched as you begin to bustle Antof into the building. Luca, as you make that exact statement, Berkey, Krappa, Sigmund begin to bustle into the room, a very bloodied Antof in tow. And you see as Maigret looks up and her eyes flash with a brief, almost like a brief glimmer, and she goes, "It is not safe here. You are in danger. You are in immense danger.
I'm assuming...
From what and from who I do not know."
I'm assuming I noticed this.
Oh, absolutely. And as she makes this comment, she stands and she leaves.
As the hairs stand up on the back of my neck, as we get closer to Otto...
I was going to say, Otto's going to come right over to you guys.
I'm going to say loud enough for him and Krappa and Sigmund to hear, "Something foul's crawling just out of sight. I can feel it in my bones."
As it usually is in the night. And then Otto's going to turn his attention to the wounded guy, and he's going to pull out the fax drill.
Okay.
And he's going to start applying it to the guy so he stops bleeding.
And while Otto is tending to him, I'm going to turn and have my head on a swivel with my hand on my sword. I'm going to actually pull my shield out and look around.
Okay.
And just so you're aware, Brad, fax drill, when I smear it on the wound, it stops all bleeding conditions without a heal test.
I was just about to ask you to tell me what it did. Perfect. Okay.
And then I'll move to take over from Otto because I'm in no shape to fight.
Okay. So, Berkey, you're looking at the door. Otto, you're putting the anti-bleed on. Krappa, you're helping Otto and stepping in. Luca, what were you about to say?
I was just going to say, I'm going to bang my fists on the table and...
Myrmidia, what would you have me do?
I'm going to...
It's so hard, camera moves.
It's so hard, your camera twisted.
Just going to finish my wine and... while I'm thinking diligently.
Okay. As you bring Antof into the building, Berkey, as you begin to look towards the back door, as you guys all start to take these actions, you hear Odalina look up and go, "Oi, oi, oi. Take the bleeding man into the back room there. He doesn't need to be in the main room here scaring all the customers." And she is motioning towards a door that you guys know it goes back to almost like her quarters.
I'll start taking him that way.
You all step through the door. Inside is a sparse room. There's a hearth, a table, a couple chairs, and then another door that would presumably go to her living quarters. As you all step through the door, she is bustling in right after you going, "All right, what do we have here? What in the world happened to this man? And why are you bringing him into my bar?"
Well,
I'll go back there as well, by the way.
He came to your bar.
And she looks at him and she goes, "Antof, this is the one you've been waiting on. Every time you come in, you've been asking about him, correct?"
Well, sure.
Perfect. Well, he has been here. Antof, what the hell happened to you? You stepped out for all of an hour. And he's just pale as a sheet, barely talking. He does not give a coherent response. The bleed is stopping, just so you know, Eric.
I know. I'm well aware, but I want to do a heal check if I can to check to see if there's anything else that needs to be addressed at this time.
Sure. Give me an average plus 20 heal.
Plus 20 check. It's 26 under 54, so plus 3.
26 under 54. You notice that his bleeding has stopped. However, his eyes are beginning to bulge slightly, just slightly, almost like as if they're coming out of his skull itself from pressure or from something else. And his tongue has begun to turn a purplish color and thicken, almost as if he's like having an allergic reaction of some kind.
I'm going to start inspecting his wounds to see if there's any evidence of a poison or...
Okay. With that roll, you don't notice any evidence of poison. However, you do notice that where the wounds were on his chest is a searing red color, almost as if, and if you were to touch it, it's hot. It's definitely an infection of some kind. Yes, sir.
Infection.
I don't have anything to heal him, but what I would like to attempt is just to coax him along and charm the pants off of him with words of encouragement.
Okay.
And Yeah.
I'm
All right.
going to use a healing poultice from one of the last things I have from Otto. Well, not really. I have lots of things from Otto, but from Wolfheart. I'm going to use a healing poultice on him. If I notice an infection, it's going to help treat any minor infections he might have had from his critical wound.
As the shirt's pulled back and we're actually like seeing the wounds and everything, are these looking like the wounds we've been seeing on the bounty hunter and what was it, the rat catcher?
Bounty hunter, the rat catcher.
Somebody else got tore up. Are these looking like the same kind of marks? Like animal type slashing?
Roll me a difficult -10 intuition, and all of you may make that roll.
-10, you said?
-10 intuition, yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
Impressive failure.
Oh, wow.
Right question, Luca. Absolutely no idea.
Yeah. 72 over 21.
26 under 27.
Okay,
yeah,
wow.
56 over 27.
There's Nanador.
62 over 37.
You know, I'm gonna use a fortune to bump mine to a +0.
Okay. Otto and Krappa, as Luca kind of poses this question, and you all stare at these wounds. Luca, Berkey, Sigmund. It's really hard to tell with the wounds, with the damage, with the blood, with the drying blood, the infection sign. Otto, Krappa, as you hear Luca's question and you look very closely, the wounds do look familiar. The claw-like marks seem to start at the sternum and rip their way out. Very similar to what you've seen with others, where their chests had been ripped open or their throats had been ripped out. And the blood was coming because it scored so deeply into his chest that you can almost see the cartilage of his sternum itself.
God damn.
Otto, do you want to use a healing poultice?
Yes.
To try to help stop the infection? Go ahead and make that heal test, please. And we're going to say it's going to be a hard -20.
Okay. The item doesn't say to make a healing test, but I will do that anyways. The -20 for healing. Oh boy. Where's that healing skill?
There's additional shenanigans afoot.
Yep, there always are. So that's going to be a -3 because that's going to be a 47 over 14.
14's a tough one. Do you want to do anything with that?
No, I mean, I'm not going to be able to do much with the...
You pull out the poultice and begin packing the wounds that he has, and you notice that as you're doing so, the wounds are searing hot. Like, it's uncomfortable how warm his wounds are. You're hoping and praying that this poultice will help with this infection, but for someone's skin to be that warm already, it's probably not minor.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm just trying my best to help.
I like it. It's good effort. So as you all watch this, Antof's left eye begins to swell and distend even more. His nose and the skin under his eye turning a purplish, reddish, splotchy color that's beginning to spread across his cheek. His tongue has now swelled to a blackish color and is starting to protrude from his lips.
Can he still breathe?
He's struggling, but he's breathing.
Dude, I want to help this guy, but...
I'm just going to say this now, before anything happens. If I notice he's struggling to breathe with his tongue, I am going to pull... I'm not actually going to do this right now. I'm going to pull up my dagger and attempt to give him a trach.
Okay.
And while we're waiting for that, I just want to make one last effort to ask him if there's anything else he remembers about his attacker.
Was there
if
any
he can
noise?
even get it out. I mean...
Okay, you ask him, and he makes a motion, almost as if he's asking you for Quill.
Oh, I give him I got my writing pad. I'll give her... What is this? Yeah, writing kit.
Okay. As you give him your writing kit and as you're handing him a quill and ink, you hear Odalina go, "Good God. Sigmar be blessed. We need a doctor." And she leans out the door and she goes, "Gurney!" And Gurney comes waddling over. And she looks to him and she says, I need you to go and try to find me the doctor as quickly as possible. This man is dying of something, we are unknown of which, but we need to see if we can't help him. Hustle as quickly as you can and see if you can't find him. Time may not be on our side, but we can try. We can try. And he looks to her and he says, are you sure? She goes, I may not like Hiked Dawn, but go get him. He's the only one who may know what is happening here. And Gurney takes off to go look for the doctor. Krappa, you had him.
Lean over to Antof as all this is going on, see how blackish green he looks, and I'm just gonna look down at the bracelet on my arm and put a hand on him. By stone spirits, by oath in hand, I carry this piece. May it carry Antof. May you be sturdy as a stone. It is not your time yet, son.
Berkey, your wrist sears. You smell hot skin as the bracelet flares. Nothing happens.
Feel hot skin?
You feel hot skin. Nothing happens outward to Antof, but your wrist gets warm at the touch to him.
It startles me for sure. Given what I just invoked, I will have a moment of panic where I start to release, but then I'm going to hold steady in the same way that I just encouraged him to.
When you start to release, it goes cool. Almost immediately. And as you touch him again, it sears hot once again.
Yep. I'm going to hold steady on him.
Okay. We'll come back to you in just a minute, Berkey.
Otto just wants to also do one last thing. He's going to also start praying Blessing of Hardiness.
Okay. What does Blessing of Hardiness do?
If I pass it, it'll give the target plus 10 toughness.
All right, make that pray test, and while you do so, Krappa, he takes this piece of paper, and he takes the ink, and he tries to kind of roll over and start scribbling into it. And as he does, he writes, find bag. That's all he's able to put down.
I lean over to Sigmund awkwardly.
Find bag. What about that sling bag? I mean, I know he gave him that pouch that had coin in it. Did it have anything else in it?
As a quick reminder, he mentioned to you all that when he got attacked on his way over, he had a bag full of stuff for you.
Oh,
then he dropped it.
So he dropped it during the attack.
As he got attacked, he thinks that helped save him to let him run.
Okay.
My prayer test was a 3 under 55.
Okay.
So I'm actually also going to extend it for 18 rounds.
Okay.
That's some good praying.
You increase his toughness, which would increase his wounds. However, at this point, to your earlier mention, he has stopped breathing. He is beginning to gasp for air. Do you want to try to trach him?
Yes. I'm immediately going to move into that.
All right.
I'm pulling out my dagger to do this.
Before
if there's
you
a
do
candle
this,
nearby,
I was just about to ask.
I'm sticking it in the fire.
Okay, done. You stick it in the fire to sear the tip, which is probably a good thing since you guys have all been in and around sewers and other things recently.
He's already infected.
I need you to make a difficult heal test. Now, before you do this, you know the risk of what you're doing. If you fail, you will harm him because you are attempting to literally cut his neck open.
Can I, instead of doing a heal test, have this be a weapon skill test? Because my familiarity with the blade.
Would Otto's background in the temple, would you believe that you have knowledge of human anatomy to a point where use of a blade is going to be more important than correctly getting into the throat?
Yes, I would imagine so. So I could know how much pressure and depth you need to go to, like, puncture certain parts of the neck. Like, I would imagine I'd have some experience with that with my combat background to know how much pressure you need to do here to there, like different parts of some of the anatomy of there, just from combat experience.
I tell you what, I'll allow that, but it's still going to be at a -10.
That's fine. My weapon skill's higher.
I figured it was. It's a good ask.
Okay, that is a decent roll. I will take that. You said -10?
Yes.
For weapon skill, it's just flat. Is melee basic or actually just a weapon skill?
We'll go ahead and say melee basic since you are using your melee ability.
to even help there. So that's going to be a 23 under a... You said minus 10?
Yep.
49, so plus 2.
Okay, with a plus 2. You press the tip of the dagger in. It begins to cut open the flesh. As it does, the blood that comes out seems to be almost like a purplish color. It's so deoxygenated. You cut into the trach, and next question is, when you trach somebody, you normally have a bag or some way to push air into their lungs. What's the next step here?
My next thing I was going to do is I'm going to immediately ask for someone to give me a bottle top, like if someone can give me a wine bottle or something. If someone has a,
I have a water skin. I mean, we could.
I prefer a wine bottle because I was going to break off the top and stick the non-sharded glass into it to hold it.
Oh,
and provide that airway and structure to keep it open and keep the air going.
I have a decanter.
Decanter be a little too wide.
Yeah, I'm looking for something to kind of be like a funnel to kind of like keep it open and provide.
As you do this, Odalina goes. Oh, Shalia. Yeah, as you do this, Odalina's face falls and she goes, "Oh, Shalia be praised. I have." She comes back with a wine bottle that she has as clean as she can find rag, and she's scrubbing the top of it to try to sterilize it.
I grab it from her, smash it to break the rest of it off, and then stick the non-sharp end in there to hold it open and let him breathe through it.
His throat rips open around this thing.
Too bad we don't have ink pens yet, right?
Right.
He's sort of breathing. His lungs sound not great, but he just kind of looks to you as you do this, and his eyes are huge, and his left eye is continuing to distend with pressure. You hear air. Let's put it that way. You hear air moving.
Hey, it's better than no air.
It's true.
I'm also, in the meantime, looking for something smaller.
Okay.
Because I'm going to actually, if I find something small, I'm going to put it into the spot where the wine bottle is, and then I'm going to pull the wine bottle out of it to like leave it in place type of thing.
Okay, real quick. Krappa, Sigmund, Berkey, Otto. I need all of you to give me an endurance -10 check.
Did you say my name?
No, I did not.
Okay.
-10 endurance. Okay.
Correct.
Ooh.
That's good.
35 over 28.
Like that.
16 under 35.
That's not my roll.
Otto, good.
24 under 30 plus 1.
Okay, good.
35 over 28.
Okay, bad. And Berkey?
74 over 33.
Okay.
-4.
Sigmund and Berkey, would you like to do anything with your rolls before I tell you guys what happens?
Yeah, I probably should.
Okay.
I'm going to re-roll it.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't fuck me, dice gods. God damn it.
-10.
77 over
Fuck
30.
me.
Like the same roll.
I know.
Oh, it's Sigmund's worse.
I went from a -1 to a -4. So, hey,
Okay. Berkey
something about
and
this campaign wants me to get fucked.
Yeah.
Berkey and Sigmund, I need you both to denote that you have been exposed to a question mark.
That's
Okay.
it. Just exposed to question mark.
That's the end of my sentence. That's
Okay.
Exposed to question mark.
I don't want to denote that. I think I won't.
Guys, I'd just like to point out how well positioned we are for a Dallas Buyers Club if one of you guys so needs medicine. I don't know what aren't we on like 4 illnesses?
I have no idea what that reference is.
He basically drug dealer turns
He goes down to get medications for yeah.
because they can't afford them.
It, but I know what you're talking about at least.
Look, my reference.
I'm sure somebody's getting it.
I followed you, if that helps.
All right.
I still got 6 days till I start explosively diarrheaing all over everything.
It's actually true. You do
I
have
have
6
an unknown
days.
number of days before I've unknown things, so...
All right.
I've been exposed to question mark.
You've been exposed to question mark. Gentlemen, Otto, as you're looking for a smaller item, air is still whistling. He has drifted off to what you can only hope is sleep you would eventually find a wine top that would be smaller than what is currently in his throat. However, I would point out that the larger item that you put in to save his ability to breathe has already done the damage to his trach.
I don't care. I'm just more of that was just to keep him alive. This thing is to then long-term be more comfortable.
But so I'm highlighting that what I want to highlight is that the damage done, if you were to pull it out, you would know that the smaller item would not fill the hole that's been created, and it would not create the seal yet. So,
well, my idea would be you pull it out, you pull it out, and then you come back with a bit of a surgical like suture type thing to bring it back together. But this is also once the doctor gets here to do that. Okay, I'm not actually pulling it out.
That's what I wanted to check was, are you waiting for the doctor for the next step here? Okay, this makes sense.
The next part of this is just to be like, hey, we could use this to swap it out. Okay. Leaving that in place. My next step is after finding that is to start examining his head to see if there's going to be potentially pressure going on in his head. Like, I don't know if he has an internal like brain injury and or we need to relieve pressure from his scalp that might be like internal bleeding wise.
Okay. All right. What would you guys like to do in the interim as you wait for the doctor? Because at this point, we're gonna do a little acceleration here.
I'm doing what I just said. Looking for.
I hate to say it, but we need some sleep before this.
Yeah.
What happens tomorrow?
I'm staying on guard as long as the hairs in the back of my neck are up. So
I'm not going to do it by myself.
Have not gone down yet.
Yeah.
But should we maybe peek out a little further where we found this dude? See if we can't find that bag.
If the note said find bag, I'd try to go back to that back door and see if I could like look down an alley or whatever to see maybe it's just a couple yards away from where he got to.
Okay.
I mean, if those guys suggest one of the fighters come with us.
If those guys tell me there's a bag, did he give any indication of where he came from?
Really didn't.
He just had
attacked.
Had this bag to give us.
Seeing that he was bleeding profusely, I'm going to go out back and try and start following his blood down the.
You don't even have
streets.
to test.
I'll follow with you as well.
It would be a tracking test, but there's enough blood and bloody handprints along the wall where it's very obvious where he has gone. You don't have to test for this.
I had my shield out the whole time, and my sword is drawn, but I have it tucked next to my shield so that it's not conspicuous if people are watching me.
You are going. Who else is going on this adventure?
I'll go.
Sigmund, Luca.
If I'm hearing them leaving, I'd guess Otto would probably want to go as well.
Okay, Otto, Krappa.
I mean, I am absolutely worthless right now in a fight. Do you?
I'm going to ask Berkey before.
I can stay with the dude if you want.
Oh, my hip.
I was going to ask Berkey if he wants Otto to come with, or if we should leave someone with more martial capability back with this guy in case they come back to try and finish the job.
Good point.
I trust Sigmar's judgment, and therefore, I trust yours, friend.
Be careful, and Otto's going to stay back.
Okay, so Otto staying back, Krappa as well?
Yes.
Okay, Otto and Krappa, you stay back. The three of you head out into the alley. The alley is dark, lit only by the eerie green light of Moorsleep high above the town. That leering face of a skull on the moon looking at you. Luca, Berkey, Sigmund, I'd like for each of you to very quickly give me a cool check.
Love that.
It'll be challenging plus 0.
Oh, I'm not. 66 over 32.
Okay.
66 over 32 is my roll.
Oh, my bad. 52 over 34. I didn't see mine actually go up. I was just like...
Either way, you both did poorly. Got it?
24 under 37.
Okay, Sigmund. Moorsleep's light doesn't faze you. You've been in and around cities. Moorsleep comes and goes. It runs on a weird cycle that no level of university education will ever help sort. To the best of your knowledge, the only people who really could track it very well might be the dwarfs, but it's definitely the elves, and they sure as hell don't want humans to know about it. Berkey. Luca.
I hate Moorsleep.
You turn to go down this alley. You step into the alley. The buildings looming above you, creating almost like this canopy of timber and plaster, and this perfect line in the sky where an eye seems to be staring at you as the moon itself looks down upon the town, the leering smile having grown bigger.
Shadows are twitching wrong.
You each will suffer -10 to future cool tests at this time.
Is that a condition? Or
That's a condition at this time.
Don't do that to me. So this eye, you said it's like a
It almost looks like a crater on the moon that creates an eye-like shape that just seems to be staring at you, almost like something's going...
And that is the eye that is upon me?
Maybe.
Dude, Luca's gonna freak out, man. You need to chill.
You all walk down the alley a bit further. The bloody handprints on the wall seeming to be smeared and kind of run. At the intersection of the alley, whereas it steps out into a street itself, the street is it's becoming dead. Watch patrols are moving in groups of 6 and 7, torches held high. You see as candles within a sconce along the buildings are being replaced as they sputter out. Torches as well to create some light down that road. The handprints may have ended, but the rivulet of blood that goes across the road into another alley has not. As you follow into this next alley, you look forth and you see 20 feet away a bag. Berkey, every hair on your neck is standing up.
Grab the bag, Berkey.
I will look at my bracelet, look up at the moon. Oh, Grogny got my hand. I'm going to move forward cautiously. My sword's full out at this point, and I am looking everywhere. Okay. Eyes up, friends.
I'll take my crossbow out as well.
Okay.
Sigmund, if you'll allow it, I'm going to stand back to back with you. Kind of.
I'm all for it, you. Yeah. I'll stay in the middle, insulated from any trouble.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a dodgy, deft grab toward the bag and try and keep my head on a swivel and try and get the fuck out of there as fast as I can.
Okay.
I would like to point out I was very nervously pacing at the back door, trying to hear any potential sound.
Sure.
In the night of something going awry.
Sure. Okay. Let me see.
He grabs the bag, he comes back. That's all. Just say it, Brad.
Yeah, simple. No need to roll, no need for anything else to happen. He just grabs the bag, we get back to
what do we
journey's end, and we're okay. We're fine.
No problem.
All
right.
Do you have a pint at the Winchester and let this whole thing blow over?
Huh.
That's right. I think we should go back to Altdorf. That place was better.
So you all already have received, if I'm looking at my notes right, you already received a letter from QF to Kuftos, Adolphus Kuftos, sessions ago. However, within this, you now find there's a small journal wrapped and bound in leather cloth. Berkey, you also pull it open and you see that there is a small map, like a hand-sketched charcoal map of Bogenhafen that seems to have a circle around the Adel ring.
I hate to do this, but can we look at this back at the tavern and not in the alley?
That's not a bad question.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to take in what I can if it's right there on the surface of it. But
so there's a journal. There's what appears to be a map of Bogenhafen folded on top of like a charcoal drawing with the Adel ring circled, and 3 question marks above it. And there is a single small token that appears to be a red rose type emblematic item. You would recognize that it is the shape of the Tugin family crest. Let's see if I have an image of that I can just show you.
Is there any significance to a red rose that we would understand, or
not at this time? No.
Okay.
Let's see if I have a good image of this to.
Okay, so we got a map of Bogenhaven, Adel ring circled with a question mark over it, and a small token red rose emblem, shape of Tugan's family.
It's like
crest.
a red rose symbol within a gold cross, kind of. So like, the image in the book isn't great compared to the description, but basically just imagine like an actual rose, the head of a rose with 4 arms coming out behind it, like gold.
Sure. I think I get what you're getting at.
Yeah. And that's what you have.
I tuck it away. Keep my head on a swivel.
Okay.
All right. Let's get out of here.
All right.
The road feels crooked.
The 3 of you begin to make your way back to the Journey's End Inn. At this point, it's nearing midnight. Otto and Krappa, your allies haven't been gone for about a half hour at this point. Gurney comes rushing in, along with this frail, thin man, a long, skinny neck with a huge Adam's apple, just warts running down one side of his face. And he rushes in and he looks forth and he goes, oh my. It was very good of you to call me. This is the worst possible we could see. How long has he been like this?
I'm going to start filling him in with what I've noticed and seen and how long it's been, and then, of course, what I did.
Okay. He immediately reaches into a bag that he's brought in with him, and he pulls out large cloth gloves that he puts on. He then grabs another pair of leather gloves that he puts over the cloth. He grabs a mask that he puts over his nose and goggles that he puts over his eyes, his mouth muffling. He goes, unfortunately, Orlina, you are in the worst possible situation you could possibly be in. Your entire location has been exposed to one of the most deadly and virulent diseases known in the Empire at this time. This man is suffering from what is known as the purple brain fever. Please tell me no one has touched his blood.
So that question mark is now purple brain fever. Check.
Correct. You have both been exposed to the purple brain fever.
Mm-hmm.
666.
As
Awesome.
he says this to Odalina pauses, looks to you, Otto, looks to you, Krappa, and says, what the hell did you bring into my inn?
We didn't bring him in. He was here.
I did not bring anything in here.
No, it's the right thing to do. I mean, a man was dying. You couldn't have known. I didn't touch his blood. And the doctor goes, good, you may leave. Get out. Seal this room immediately.
So real talk, why did I touch his blood?
If you were helping to carry him in, he was bleeding all over you.
I for sure did.
Yeah, that was why everyone
you
but
also
Luca
touched his wrist at one point.
Yeah, when you grabbed him as well, there's exposure.
Okay.
There's a pathogen risk there.
Oh, I got you. I forgot I helped carry him in.
You helped carry him in. That was where that happened. Otto was helping to pack the poultices. You guys all had a little bit of contact. Luca's the only one who didn't. So as she leaves,
to be suspicious.
The doctor looks to you each, his nose protruding above the mask that sits on his mouth like this, and his voice a little muffled because of it. And he goes, have either of you touched this man?
I'm clearly covered in his blood, so.
Oh, that's good to know. I did not realize you were covered in his blood. Good God. And he hands you...
I think we both are.
He hands both of you masks and basically just shifts. And he goes, at this point, you should both go clean and you should retire to your rooms. You have hours to watch. The disease takes on in under 12 hours. If you have been exposed, you will know sooner than later. Swelling will begin and discoloration of the skin. Upon so, you should know to call me and we will try to do everything we can to protect you. But this is borderline a death sentence.
There is also 2 of my friends that have also been exposed. I'm assuming
going to leave this
if
room.
not one of us, some of us will have been, we will call on you. We will need your help.
I will stay the night within the inn and try to do my best to watch over each of you. Where are your others?
They're coming back.
They have left the inn and exposed the town?
Yes.
This is the same disease that killed Tugan's brother before he took over.
They were at least a carriage length apart. Relax, dude.
Say the last part one more time.
You're not there, but he said this is the disease
Tugan's brother
took
died.
Carl Tugan's brother. Took Carl Tugan's brother to the grave. His name's Carl Tugan. I believe his name was Carl. Hang on. Now I gotta go back and check. But either way, find out more next time on the Grimdark Chronicles. Gentlemen, you've been exposed to some really bad shit here.
You son of a bitch.
Berkey and Sigmund. We're going to talk about the need to potentially have backup character preparations in mind if you do not cure yourselves of a flat-out lethal disease. That being said, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for watching as people get exposed to shit that can kill you in the old world. It ain't combat, it's alcohol and diseases. I'm your GM Brad.
Or children.
And this entire show, we haven't gotten that far yet, this entire show is brought to you by our neighbors from the north. Dark Forge Media, who helped create our entire intro video and sponsor this entire show. In addition, if you need dice that allow you to roll better than Berkey and Sigmund to not catch purple brain fever, head over to barondice.com and use the code DEADSONS to get 5% off your entire order at checkout. If you like what you heard and you want to support the show, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hang out with us on YouTube. And before we talk about Patreon, because we have people who might die, let's talk about experience.
No.
Gentlemen, each of you will gain 50 experience for helping to bring Antof into the inn and for doing everything you possibly could within the means of your party to save him. Each of you will gain 50 experience for that. There are no additional kickers. There are no additional bonuses. What you've done with Magret and what you did with Antof gives each of you a nice little chunk there. Outside of that, if you want to help us keep the lights on and help us pay for the funeral costs of Berkey and Sigmund, head over to patreon.com/deadsonscompany, where you can join us and support us into the future as we continue to create this great and morbid content for you.
What a dick.
And beyond that, I'm your GM Brad. We're Dead Sons Company, and we'll see you next time.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Bye-bye.